Hey there, good afternoon. It's meteorologist Julia Quady still tracking the snowfall that's happening for us here in East Tennessee. Starting to taper off, it seems, for us here in the valley at our shaky Skycam view over downtown Knoxville. Can't really make out any flurries at the moment, so our snowfall might be wrapping up now for some valley communities at this point, but we can go ahead and check the radar in a moment to get more better confirmation of that in just a bit. But let's go and take a look at some of the photos we had sent in from some viewers. Of course, a lot of families out there enjoying the snowfall across the region. So let's go ahead and take a look. We got this one photo sent in from Kayla. I believe her last name is pronounced Fakit from Seymour, Tennessee, showing her two little ones out there enjoying the snowfall, looking all bundled up. That's what I love to see. Of course, make sure if you do plan on spending some time playing out in the snow with your families, make sure you and the little ones are all bundled up and having the extra layers to feel warm and as comfortable as possible, as we're still having really cold temperatures in place. And let's go ahead and take a look at those temperatures before we go ahead and get into satellite and radar. Temperatures have not moved all that much since the early morning hours, still sitting into those teens, and feel like temperatures ranging to the single digits for the most part. And for the plateau communities, for the most part, going to see your feel like temperatures hanging out below zero into the negatives. So again, really putting in perspective just how cold our conditions are from this Arctic air that's in place. It's giving us the snow event, but also got some gusty winds coming in around 25, maybe up to 30 miles an hour across some of our plateau neighborhoods. So just adding towards that wind chill factor that's a bit more worse looking at the plateau right now with those wind chills in the negatives more firmly. Right now, looking at satellite and radar, you can see that the snowfall is beginning to decrease a bit along the valley community. Still going to hang out around the higher elevations for a tad bit longer until later on tonight. That's when we can expect that entire system to be pushed out of our region. Things will be more dry, but then bitterly cold looking ahead towards your Sunday, and that's going to last into your Monday as well. So let's go ahead and make a shift on over towards our winter weather alerts that are currently in place as it relates to our snow amounts that we're seeing here in the region. We did see that the winter weather advisory that was in place across all of our plateau counties got canceled for Fentress and Cumberland counties there. So you just can see the other areas that still remain to be under that shade of purple continue to be under that winter weather advisory, winter storm warning in effect for the areas and counties that you see in the shade of pink. That's going to last until 1 o'clock in the morning on Sunday, because again, right around that late nighttime, overnight hours, that's when we can expect for the higher elevations that their snowfall amounts and snowfall event will be over for them specifically by that time frame. So that makes sense why we're going to have that winter storm warning clock out around that time. So let's go ahead and we can time it out looking at Futurecast, where it's going to show us how we anticipate the snow around the valley to really start to taper off as we get closer towards the 2-3 o'clock hours later on this afternoon, and then heading into nighttime hours right around 11 o'clock tonight into midnight. A lot of that snowfall activity for the higher elevations will begin to wrap up, allowing for more clear skies looking ahead towards your Sunday morning. That's going to last also into your Sunday afternoon. After our snow event is over, the focus is no longer going to, of course, be on the snow, but rather on that bitter cold air and bitter cold temperatures that will be in place long after that snow is gone. So we'll see that we do have a couple of cold weather alerts that are already currently in effect. They went into effect at 5 o'clock this morning, will continue to be in place until 1 o'clock in the afternoon on Sunday. For the areas that you see in that light shade of blue, that cold weather advisory due to wind chills that could be as low as -5. And for areas that are that dark shade of blue, primarily over the higher elevations and going over closer towards the state line into North Carolina, that's that extreme cold warning for wind chills that could be as low as -20. So again, really bitterly cold temperatures across the region for us here with this Arctic air in place. And that's primarily why we have our weather impact alert days that will be lasting until your Monday morning, just mostly tied towards our dangerous wind chill factors and bitterly cold temperatures that will be in place each and every morning, at least maybe even into your Tuesday morning. So you just want to make sure you're being extra cautious and dressing appropriately, heading outdoors throughout the weekend into your early next week. Also want to take into account too that you definitely need to take your time out there on those roadways. We of course talked about in our last stream how there was an accident that occurred on the intersection of, or interchange I should say rather, to I-40 and I-64. So it's going to be eastbound. We see this overturned trailer that has been a bit of an issue there, causing major delays and major slowdowns. That so much so it appears at this point that they have blocked off traffic for eastbound, so they might be having folks taking another route, so an earlier exit before heading into this direction, because they're not allowing any cars to go by at this point heading eastbound. Can even see some impacts heading towards the westbound side, so they're kind of having to shrink down the lanes there to only 2 lanes, it seems. Heading westbound due towards a little bit of that truck not only causing major impacts for the eastbound, but also westbound lanes from the I-40 to I-640 or I-64 rather interchange there. So just make sure, again, really putting into perspective that you need to take your time out there on those roadways if you have to be out there at all. There's plenty of slit spots across the region here from our snow event, and that's going to remain to be true into your morning commute tomorrow and certainly for your Monday. So again, just take the extra time and be cautious, because we're going to have temperatures that will continue to be below freezing at least until Tuesday afternoon. Taking a look at that 7-day forecast there. So starting to see that conditions will slowly start to improve, reaching into those near average high temperatures as we head into your midweek. Also tracking our next round of precipitation coming in the form of rain on your Tuesday and Wednesday. So no more snowfall in the forecast for the next 7 days here. Tracking a bit of a more milder weather, so to speak, that will be coming into the forecast as temperatures reach into those 40s ahead for us on our Tuesday and Wednesday, and even as we approach next weekend on your Friday there, with temperatures also in the mid 40s. So we got conditions that will improve as we head into the first few days of February. We just got to get through this weekend. We got a few, of course, weather impact alert days left over from our snow event that's going to wrap up at the latest around midnight, carrying on over into maybe a little bit in your overnight hours into your Sunday. And then we'll just have that bitterly cold weather that we still need to take into account and make sure we continue to dress warmly and all the extra layers to keep ourselves protected and warm. So make sure you continue to stay tuned. We'll have more updates to come. I believe this will be our last streaming update for our weather event here at this point. We'll have, of course, newscasts coming up this evening where Mike Simon will give you more updates on how things are shaping up, of course, on the roadways, and also how things are shaping up forecast-wise as we start to see our snow showers begin to dwindle, specifically for the valley first, and then later on tonight for the higher elevation. So again, just make sure you stay warm and stay tuned.